Fair use. Mic check. All right. A little peaceful stream. We're gonna see what's going on here. Shout out. Fair use. YouTube. So on and so forth. All right. All right. All right. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Brutal Reviews. You already know how we do over here. We definitely got to talk about this here. It's only because it's been going on so much. There's so much coverage on it. So, sometimes as a creator, you're just like, all right, let me make sure that we're getting the best review of everything that's going on out there. So, man, this guy. So we're talking about a Shador Sanders, Deion Sanders' son. Who's Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders is a guy who went to Colorado. Everybody was pissed when he went to Colorado. And he turned a school that was garbage into gold. Okay. Along with his coaching, he also brought um, his two sons, and he was lucky to come across this guy, Travis Hunter. So they turned this Colorado team into a great fucking team. He had something to work with there, right? The other offense players and shit like that, there was some discrepancies about the team or whatever, but they worked with it. They came out on top. So everyone's like, "What the hell's going on? This guy, Shador Sanders, he's supposed to be so great and all of this, but he came in 144. He was the 144th pick. So everybody's like, yo, how the fuck did that happen? Because this kid is supposed to be great. They forecasted him. They predicted him to come in first or second. Hold on, let me get some. Man, this is. Sheesh. This fucking remote is trash, bro. All right, yeah. Anyway, all right. So this dude, Shador, great player. Like his pops. This guy is he's a great marketer as well. He has a brand as well. He saw what his dad did. He mimicked it, and like his dad, he's good at what he does, even when it comes to the ball. He's good at what he does. That's the thing about being arrogant. You can be arrogant as long as you can back it up. Okay, you can't be arrogant and then you're like you fucking suck. You can't do that. If you're arrogant and you can back that shit up, can't nobody say shit to you. So, what is the issue? Well, the issue seems to be that they don't really like how Shador was talking. Right? They'll do like interviews and they'll watch tapes and things like that to check out the person's um, to see if they're a fit for their organization. I guess, right? Well, I don't know how Shador was talking in during his interview, but they do have footage of the things he was saying, and he kept using this phrase. if you're not ready to change the franchise. I think that might have. I think that might have rubbed them the wrong way. Now, what I always see here in America, right? I am American, but what I always see here in America is we try to punish people by making shit difficult for them. And what often ends up happening is you make it better for them. You make it better for them. Why? Because the world loves an underdog. They love a good underdog story, man. You know, we love shit like Rocky and shit like that. You know, we like the underdog story. So you pushing this motherfucker down to the fifth round pick, fifth round, 144th. I don't think that worked for you, man. You just gotta stop doing that shit, okay? You gotta stop doing that. It's stupid. It doesn't work. So look, all right, he lost money. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is money, right? So I had to go and look this up for you here. And for myself because I was also curious. And what I saw was this. So Shador Sanders slide into fifth round costs him $44 million. Wow. So I think this was a stiff arm. I think this was a stiff arm. Like, okay, listen, we're gonna let you in, but you know what? All of that shit you were saying, and you were talking about, do we know who your pops is, and all that shit. Like, I think, bro, they didn't like that shit. They didn't like that because your pops. You know your pops rubbed motherfuckers the wrong way. He rubbed motherfuckers the wrong way because they couldn't touch it. Like I said, if you talk shit but you back it up, can't nobody say nothing. And Dion definitely is known for backing shit up. So we got this kid, you dropped him down. This shit is crazy. This is fucking nuts. And it was just so blatant, which is another thing. You guys must have really been angry. The NFL must have really been fucking. Oh, he was so angry. Yo, this kid is gonna skyrocket up because you put him so far down. You didn't even like if you wanted to get at him, what you should have did was pick him in the first round and let him hang himself. Nah, nah. You said fuck that nigga. Put him 144th. And then you got now the snowball is starting to fuck around on you guys because you were so blatant with it. You got little dickheads making prank calls. That shit done blew up. How'd they get the fucking number and all of this? Like you're taking the biggest dildo in the store and shoving it up your own ass. It's just so stupid. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, oh my god, bro, just fucking ass. Like, yo, you know what, man? You guys, thank God you're not running a fucking stock market or you're in our fucking government because you make stupid fucking decisions. Just talk about impulsive. You got the composure of a fucking toddler. Y'all just couldn't wait for this fucking shit, so you could just put them fucking fifth round. You told 32 teams, and I know that this is what you did. You told 32 teams. Oh, you motherfuckers probably had a Zoom call. Hey, Zoom call 10 a.m. Fucking Saturday. Listen, The Browns are going to get him, but you guys are going to pass. We're going to put him fucking fifth round. So, from what I heard Shador was making so much money in college. I heard that he made more. He makes more in college in 1 year than he will in pro in playing pro for the entire 4 years. So the entire 4 years. Let's look at this. Look at this. In 4 years, right? He it's not even funny. I don't know. So this is what he was supposed to make, right? This is what he was supposed to make. You're supposed to be in the first round, first or second, right? Pick. So you're supposed to be either 43 mil, 40 mil. He's supposed to be in the 40, close to 50 mil range, right? That's where he was supposed to be. Okay? But because they put him 144th, he dropped all the way down. You see that there, 144, right? You see that there. 4.6 mil. 4.6 mil. All right. So that's a hell of a drop. So reportedly, he made more than that with all of his endorsements and this and that and that and this in fucking college. Remember, he bought some guy a $200,000 fucking Maybach, and he bought his pops like a $70,000 watch, and he bought a fucking something $1,000 watch. Like he was just buying. They bought his pops a fucking house out there in bought his house in Colorado, mansion, not a house. Excuse me. Right. So like the kid was making money, you know. So I guess it was like there was so much anger to show this kid. All right, you little motherfucker. You're not going to come in here telling us what the hell we're going to do with our NFL. We're going to show you. And, was that a bad thing? Nah. I can't say it was a bad thing. Honestly, you went about it wrong. You went about it stupidly. But I can't say it was. I kind of get it. I kind of get what you were doing, why you were upset. Because you've been doing this for fucking this long, and then here comes this fucking young buck, this rookie, this fucking new guy, coming up telling you all kind of shit. Oh, you're gonna change the fucking brand or whatever. You're gonna change this. Don't call me unless you're ready to change this. So you probably felt the way. I get it, but what you did is gonna have repercussions. You're really gonna make him great now. You're gonna make him look so fucking great. But the crazy part is, I think he's like number 5. He's like a 5th string quarterback. And they showed these guys when they called him, man, they look pissed off. They look pissed off. They're like, man, hold on, where is that? Where is that? We're gonna look right here. We're gonna look right here. Check this out. I'm gonna show you right here. I'm gonna show you right here. Want to give props to this content creator. His name is Microphone. He's got 1.2 million subscribers. Uh, and he's knowledgeable. Me, I'm not too knowledgeable about this shit. I just watch, shit here and there. But, I like this topic. And then I saw what they were fucking doing to him, so I had to come talk on this shit. Check this out.
You might be wondering why I think this is so strange. And well, if you take a look at Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski's reaction as the pick is being called, you can tell that these two individuals aren't necessarily high-fiving each other, celebrating the fact that they selected a player that was...
They look pissed off, man. They look pissed
ranked
off.
top each other.
Look at this shit. They don't look too happy. Everybody in the back don't look happy either. Nah, they don't look too happy, man. So, so what are we doing here? They look really mad.
Other celebrating the fact that they selected a player that was ranked top 25 in draft boards in the 5th round. Seems like they're more irritated than anything, which is leading many people to speculate that this pick was called in by ownership and the Haslams forced Andrew Berry to make this pick, because at the same time the Cleveland Browns selected Tyler Shaw with a top 100 pick. And when you just take a look at the Cleveland Browns draft, it's just such an interesting draft. I mean, they had the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft. They had a generational player. They theoretically could have paired Shedeur Sanders with Travis Hunter if they wanted to, and they traded back from that pick to the 5th overall pick and selected Mason Graham. Now, I don't think that was a bad pick at all, but the rest of their draft just looks so interesting. I mean, you're talking about a team that took 2 running backs, selected a lesser quarterback at the end of the 3rd round, and then selected a quarterback that was ranked higher than him in the 5th round. I mean, taking 2 halfbacks and 2 quarterbacks when you're just a terrible football team currently is a very interesting way to go about the draft, especially when you have the number 2 overall pick. But this isn't a video from the Cleveland Browns perspective, this is a video from Shedeur Sanders' perspective. And Shedeur's reaction is exactly what it should have been. It's just really funny because if you dig up old...
So, hold on. I want to go back to what he said about they could have picked Travis. You could have picked Travis and Shedeur. Is that what he said? Is that even true?
character is to these NFL teams. So in the 5th round, the Cleveland Browns did something incredibly strange. They traded into the 5th round with the Philadelphia Eagles and selected Shedeur Sanders with the number 144th pick. Now you might be wondering why I think this is so strange. And well, if you take a look at Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski's reaction as the pick is being called, you can tell that these 2 individuals aren't necessarily high-fiving each other, celebrating the fact that they selected a player that was ranked top 25 in draft boards in the 5th round. Seems like they're more irritated than anything, which is leading many people to speculate that this pick was called in by ownership and the Haslams forced Andrew Berry to make this pick, because at the same time...
So there's so much speculation that, yo, man, these guys they made that fucking call, that Zoom call Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Listen, this is how it's going to go. We're going to show this fucking guy that so-and-so, and then you're like, yeah, you fuck everything up on, in a way of doing that. Purposefully. That's it, it's kind of like America. It is. It's kind of like America. America hated niggas so much. Oh, these fucking niggas. Right? She's so busy arguing with niggas. Behind your back, you got all the fucking Mexicans and the Arabs and the Asians and the Indians. Everybody has a parade in this motherfucker over here. We have Al Qaeda. We got all kind of motherfuckers here because you were so worried about the fucking niggas. That's like what the fuck you did there. You were so worried about Shedeur that you just fucked up and juggled everything up. Like what are you doing, man? What are you doing? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what a motherfucker says. It really doesn't. Like this comes from poor supervision, right? I've worked a few jobs with poor supervision, right? But I actually had training on how to be a supervisor. So when you go to a place and somebody else is your supervisor and they fucking suck at it, you easily point it out. Like, so if you got an issue with a player, what do? You fucking tell them, hey, listen, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what we need you to do. Do you think you can agree to that? No? Okay, then you can fucking go. Right? So I don't understand. Like you're mad because it doesn't matter what he says. It just matters on how he performs. Okay, so you're on a job. You don't like what the fucking subordinate is doing. What's your what's your next course of action? You counsel them. He does it again. What's your next course of action? Oh, you fucking write him up. What are you getting all bent out of shape and raising your high blood pressure for? No, that's not how you do it. This shit here, you could have had. I swear he said that they could have had Travis and Shador. Any team that gets Travis is blessed because this kid is young and he's dedicated and he's durable and you could mold this motherfucker. He just wants to play and he's good. Yeah, that's a come up. That's a fucking come up. That's a come up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Anthony Knuckles, how are you? How are you, brother? He was going to get that back and much more. Wait until that's it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And like people love a fucking like when they look and see how they did this motherfucker. The only thing I don't like is he's going to be 4 years older. That's the only thing I'm like, God damn, bro. That like that's the trade off. And it's kind of like being on probation for 4 years. Like you can't do shit, bro. You can't fuck shit up. You can't get into a fight with your girl. You can't argue with your girl. You can't do nothing because they probably don't want him in that motherfucking NFL. These motherfuckers were so mad for you to be so mad for 32 motherfuckers to skip me 4 times. That's how mad at me you are. You are from first or second to 104. Look, let's see how much these motherfuckers here is getting paid. I had to pull this up. Let's see who's getting paid what, because my guy, he got fucking shitted on. That was crazy. They gave this dude. All right, so here we're looking at what is this? Sports Track, right? So we're looking at Sports Track. I gotta blow this up because I know y'all probably can't see that shit. Hold on. Let's see here. All right, let's see what we got. All right, Sports Track. So the first one, right? They took this guy Cam Ward. Cam Ward, he going to Tennessee. His shit is $48 million. He's got a signing bonus of 32 million, bro. 32 fucking million. All right. Travis Hunter, 46 million. Signing bonus, 30 million. Jesus. All right. Now where's goddamn Shador. Man, they dropped to the teens real quick. All right, let's see here. Here we go. Here. Round two. Fight. Nope, nope. Anybody we know here? Lil Johnson, Elijah So. Anybody we know here? Uh, round three. Fight. Nope, we don't know nobody here. Oh my god, I can't believe they put this motherfucker. Oh, they picked all these. Wow. Round four. All right, where's round five at, man? Round five. Where's he at? Where my man Shador at? Where's Shador? Why does shit take me back to two? Come on, man. 144th. 144th. Jesus. Right here. Shador Sanders from Colorado. $4.6 million. Signing bonus, 446,000. Jesus. And he's like a fifth string quarterback, man. Fifth fucking string. Let me see. And why I'm saying fifth string, because upon listening to this guy, he actually said the quarterbacks that were ahead of him.
The Cleveland Browns selected Tyler Shaw with a top 100 pick. And when you just take a look at the Cleveland Browns draft, it's just such an interesting draft. I mean, they had the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft. They had a generational player. They theoretically could have paired Shador with Hunter if they wanted.
That's fucking crazy. You could have did that. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that?
and they traded back from that pick to the 5th overall pick and selected Mason Graham. Now, I don't think that was a bad pick at all, but the rest of their draft just looks so interesting. I mean, you're talking about a team that took 2 running backs, selected a lesser quarterback at the end of the 3rd round, and then selected a quarterback that was ranked higher than him in the 5th round. I mean, taking 2 halfbacks and 2 quarterbacks when you're just a terrible football team currently is a very interesting way to go about the draft, especially when you have the number 2 overall.
I think they had to do that, B. I think the motherfucker made that call and said, we're not going to put him on any good team. Oh, we're going to put him on the worst team. Imagine, theoretically, just hypothetically speaking, imagine if he took them to the fucking Super Bowl. Oh, that shit would be fucking classic. Oh my God. Imagine, because he took that Colorado team, man. They did their thing with that Colorado team. Imagine if this motherfucker took them to the Super Bowl.
Overall pick. But this isn't a video from the Cleveland Browns perspective, this is a video from Shedeur Sanders' perspective. And Shedeur's reaction is exactly what it should have been. It's just really funny because if you dig up old receipts, Coach Prime once said that if a player had to go to Cleveland, he would pull an Eli, which is the 2nd time in this video we're referencing Coach Prime saying that he'd refuse specific teams. But from Shedeur Sanders' perspective, this is probably the best situation he could have gone in the 5th round, considering the fact that no team is selecting a 5th round QB with the intention of making him their full-time starter. And in the case of the Cleveland Browns, their quarterback situation is the biggest question mark. I mean, Shedeur's probably walking into the QB room looking like this. Deshaun Watson is out this season with an Achilles tear. Then you have Joe Flacco, who, to quote Deion Sanders, is as old as he is. Then you have Kenny Pickett, who's a journeyman quarterback. Dillon Gabriel, who's about to turn 26 years old and was drafted this year. And then you have Shedeur Sanders. And it gets even crazier when you consider the fact that the Cleveland Browns are only going to keep 3 QBs. You can assume that Joe Flacco is going to stay on the roster. Deshaun Watson isn't going to be on the 53-man roster, which leaves 2 spots in 3 quarterbacks, which means out of Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, one of those
They're going to kick that motherfucker off the team. They gonna kick that motherfucker off the team, bro. They gonna kick. Yo. Oh, I see it now. I fucking see it. They sent him somewhere. They know that they got to get rid of a quarterback. They sent him purposely to a team where they got to get rid of the quarterback. Put that motherfucker on the bench, and then we'll see if he acting up, then we just gonna cut his ass. Wow. Because that's what I would do. Yeah, if I don't fucking like you, you know what? Send that motherfucker over there. Yeah, we don't need too many of them over there. Send him over there. If he act up, get him the fuck out of here. Wow. Damn, son. Holy shit, bro.
Players is going to get cut. And when you consider the fact that Shedeur is a 5th round pick, then he's currently the most likely candidate to potentially get cut. At the
enemy spotted.
God damn. They lining this motherfucker up, but I tell you. Oh man. Damn, bro. I already see the writing on the wall, nigga. I know how it go. I see the writing on the motherfucking wall. Ah. Shit.
At the same time, you can make an argument that this is the best situation for Shedeur to go into because he'll have an opportunity to compete, to be the starter of the Cleveland Browns this year. And if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I would lock in as much as I can, because this is definitely giving the energy of a team that is constantly going to be shifting quarterbacks throughout the season. I don't think this is just a QB competition that's going to occur in the preseason. I think this is one of those situations where they're going to start a QB for the first 4 to 5 weeks of the season. Once that quarterback starts to struggle, fans are going to be clamoring for another QB, and especially when you have Shedeur Sanders on the team, this created a bit of a distraction for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, imagine when Tyler Shaw finally gets his opportunity to start for the Cleveland Browns this year, if Kenny Pickett falls below expectations, or once Joe Flacco has one of his infamous 4 interception games, and this rookie QB struggles throughout the first couple of games. Meanwhile, you're seeing fans clamoring for the Browns to put Shedeur Sanders in. If Shedeur can lock in and make the most of his opportunity, then he could potentially save his NFL career, but the situation is going to be very interesting to monitor for the rest of the season. Probably my favorite part about Shedeur Sanders finally getting drafted is Mel Kiper's reaction.
Cleveland Browns get a guy who should have been, in my opinion, a first-round pick, a high first-round pick.
Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about the Shedeur Sanders situation?
Shit, man, I thought he was gonna have a fucking chance. I thought they were just gonna give him a little spanking and shit. It looked like they're trying to line this motherfucker up to kick him out. That shit was crazy. You know, I love when people, you know, who don't look like us, you know, they're not men and they're not black, you know, they're white females. And I like when they say shit like this right here.
Sanders wasn't Deion's son, he would have been drafted. If Shedeur Sanders wasn't Deion's son, he would have been drafted in the top 10. Let's just be real. If Shedeur didn't have Sanders stitched to the back of his jersey, nobody would be nitpicking his bad attitude or body language. They would be hyping up a quarterback who threw for over 4,100 yards and 37 touchdowns in a season, set multiple school records at Colorado, won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, was named Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, earned first team all Big 12 honors, and racked up accolades like the Jerry Rice Award and the Deacon Jones Trophy, all while getting sacked more than any quarterback in college football because he had the worst O-line in America. But somehow the conversation became more about his vibe and less about his game. You would think he had legal issues or something to fall out of the first round. But instead, we're talking about his attitude? If Shedeur Sanders...
That's right, ma'am. I think you're on to something. So, you know, I mean, it looks fucked up, but obviously they don't give a fuck who fucked up it looks. And, you know, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Does he copyright motherfuckers? I don't know. I hope not. I played his shit before and didn't have an issue, but I had an issue the other day. So you know what? I'm gonna speed it up, and I might put a little distraction in it only because I don't want them to tag us. So we're gonna watch Stephen A. Smith, but we're gonna put a little something there so that they can't really you know. All right. So as a matter of fact, hold on. This is what we'll do. We'll add him, but we'll shrink the screen. All right, so there he is. We'll see what's up. All right, let's go.
I'm going to say what I have to say, knowing that both of them have their hands at least a little bit dirty in all of this. But if you're the National Football League, okay, clearly it's not about talent anymore. It's about something else.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to tell you, I spent a large amount of the last 24 hours thinking about nothing more than I was thinking about collusion. Because how in the hell does 32 teams in the National Football League pass on a quarterback that was universally recognized one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the country entering this draft, and 32 teams passed on him, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 different times they passed on him? How the hell does that happen?
How the hell is
4 rounds. It doesn't happen to a quarterback. We've never seen anything like this before. We've seen guys drop of injuries. We've seen guys drop because of off-field issues, but we've never seen a quarterback projected to be a top 20 pick, universally recognized one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft, projected to be a first rounder, in all likelihood, a safe bet of a late first rounder, and drop literally to the 5th round. We haven't seen anything like that. And when you're talking about the owners, I'm going to keep in mind, and I tweeted about this, seems very Kaepernick-like, as in Colin Kaepernick. Now, I've said on many occasions the man brought it on himself because once he was exiled from the sport because of taking a knee during the national anthem and you just irritating all the quote-unquote patriots out there as American citizens, I said, you know something? He didn't violate any bylaws. He didn't violate any laws. He didn't interfere with what transpired. Once kickoff time arrived, people are tripping. But still in all, he had an opportunity to get back in the NFL. All he had to do was show up to that workout that the league had organized at the Atlanta Falcons practice facility, but he didn't show up to that. And as a result, 2 hours beforehand, had everybody trying to come to a high school football field 120 minutes away, 2 hours away. So guess what? You did that to yourself. That was not Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders with the watch. Shedeur Sanders with his bravado. Shedeur Sanders with this supposed arrogance or whatever. He still balled. He still threw for over 4,100 yards. Still threw for 37 touchdowns. Still threw for just 10 interceptions. Still proved himself to be one of the better quarterbacks in football. Tremendous pause, pocket presence, accuracy, throwing the damn football. Didn't have great wheels. Doesn't have great athleticism, but the brother can play. I certainly never heard of no damn Dylan Gabriel.
Who?
Or Tyler Shock. What the hell is that? I didn't hear about them.
MadeUpMonkeyShit.com.
MadeUpMonkeyShit.com.
So how is Shedeur Sanders going behind them? I'll tell you how. It's collusion. And why do I bring up Kaepernick? Because I keep reminding everybody that the owners, I'll never forget this as long as I live. The owners in the National Football League are very big on control.
Control.
And Colin Kaepernick's position really railed them. It really riled them, it irritated them, because even though they received a check for over $246 million a piece because of their TV rights deal, they were mad it wasn't $250 to $255. They blamed Colin Kaepernick. They said he compromised their bottom line. That's what they said. They got a check for $246 million a piece and were still complaining about the $5 million they missed out on because of him.
Shit, man. Listen, man. $5 million is $5 million, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie to you. $5 million is $5 million, Stevie. I get it. They got another 246. But $5 million is $5 million, man. You know what I mean? $5 million? Cause this motherfucker don't want to stand? The nerve of this nigga. I lose $5 million because this nigga don't want to stand? That's probably how they were thinking. Sorry, yeah, I'm pretty much sure. That's like, I use this reference, right? Like, you know how like some white people don't like black people, and it's like how some people don't like that trans shit. So imagine you having to lose $500 out of your check because of a fucking trans dude. Like $500 out of the whole year. Out of the whole year, you lost $500 because of trans. You'd be mad, like, I gotta lose $500 because of fucking trans? I think that's how they be thinking about us. So I can kind of relate. I kind of see it. But $5 million is $5 million.
In their estimation, no proof of that, just speculating that was Colin Kaepernick. So if these are who they are, if these are the kind of people that they are, this is where Deion Sanders.
You know what? I forgot about that. They are billionaires. They are billionaires. Yeah. That shit really don't mean nothing. Forgot that they fucking billionaires.
Sanders' hands get a little bit dirty. Because we know he's the greatest cornerback that ever lived. We know he's arguably the greatest athlete we've ever seen. We know that the man is a football savant. We also know that he's box office. The camera, the lens, it gravitates to him. He has that kind of magnetic effect. And because he let you know that he believed in his son, because he let you know what his son could do, because he let you know that he damn sure was going to keep an eye on things and he was going to have a voice in the proceedings, because he alluded to, if I don't like where my son is, that's not where we're going and stuff like that. It's entirely plausible that the owners were like, who the hell do you think he is? You don't run this shop, we do. Because these owners are like that. But ultimately, we got to get to Shedeur Sanders himself. because I spoke to some executives, giving me some background,
Okay.
because they didn't like some of the things that they were seeing. And when they talked about it, they said stuff like him sending out tweets tagged with hashtag legendary. They talked about him appearing to have more of an interest in his own brand and that he thinks about that more than he thinks about the team or the league.
Nah, that don't make no sense, man. That motherfucker took a team from shit to gold. Yeah, he think about his team. You can't say he think about his brand more than the team. That was a cop out. The motherfucker brung the team up. So how does he think more about his brand than his team? It looked like he's fucking managing them both pretty well.
They talked about if he was more buttoned up and all about ball and team as opposed to himself, he would have fallen no later than number 21 in the draft to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Instead, he fell to 144, and they call it a minimum of a $30 million mistake. That's what they said.
They said a minimum $30 million. They said the mistake is his. He made the minimum $30 million mistake. They said he would have fell no later than 20. What's that ranking? That's 16 mil. That's still, that's 16.3 million. Is Travis a $40 million player? Yeah. I would spend I definitely would spend 40 on that nigga. At this age? Yeah. How does Travis and I mean, I know they played different positions. But shit, man, you had the chance to have Travis and fucking Shador? Come on, man. You niggas is crazy. Where the shit we out there go?
They also pointed out how it was the perfect year to come out in the quarterback class because it's the lightest, weakest quarterback class in a long time. So a late 1 pick could easily turn into a top 10 because of position and need. But that didn't happen with him because of his bravado, his brand, his swagger, etc. Now you have people talking about how he possibly should just sue the NCAA to get his eligibility back, possibly pay Ryan Day or somebody so he could throw the ball to Smith for 1 year and then re-enter the NFL draft, rather. I don't know what the possibilities or likelihood of that happening, but basically between primetime Deion Sanders' natural bravado, coupled with that of his son, they say that the whole interview process wasn't that impressive when he showed up at the NFL scouting combine and refused to work out. That hurt him. The interview process while he was there hurt him.
All right, man. Hold on. They said that shit. Fuck. Shador Sanders chose not to participate in the on-field workouts at the NFL scouting combine in Indianapolis. He focused on interviews with teams instead. He did, however, participate in pro day workouts at Colorado where he threw the ball for scouts. Top prospects often opt out of combine workouts to showcase their skills in a more controlled environment at their pro day, where they can work with their regular coaches and teammates. You know, that's what the fuck they do, man. They that's what they do. They'll fucking say you refuse to do something, or they'll and it's something that everybody fucking does. Son of a bitch. Like, really? This is why when I hear shit, I gotta go check. I gotta see what's up. I gotta investigate. Right here. Uh, what the fuck? This goddamn thing keeps fucking moving. Colorado will not. Okay, okay. Oh, this goddamn thing here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I don't know why that shit did that. These people be so thirsty to put ads on this shit. You can't even read the fucking thing. Ah, why'd you move? All right, here we go. Colorado quarterback Shador Sanders will not work out at scouting combine. Sanders will interview with teams but not participate on on-field workouts, according to Rappaport NFL Network. Sanders does plan to throw at Colorado Pro Day, where he'll have receivers he has worked with in college to throw to. He'll also have his father and head coach Deion Sanders overseeing the event. Top prospects often choose not to participate in on-field drills, thinking they have a better chance of putting their best foot forward in a more controlled environment at their pro day workouts. Right there. So it seems as if he probably got that idea from his pops. In the player, if he would have threw when they wanted him to, his boys wouldn't have got a chance to show they stuff. He did that for his teammates. Yeah, fuck yeah. He did that for his teammates. Those yeah. All right, Anthony. All right, Anthony. We on the same page. We on the same page. We on the same page. But they making it seem like he was like, nah, man, I'm too good to play with you niggas. I don't want to play with y'all right now. And that's not even how the fuck it went down. That's crazy. That's such a bitch move to fucking say. Like, he didn't even want to play. He didn't. That's some bullshit. God, bro, this shit is crazy.
Et cetera, et cetera. You know what, y'all? I get it. It makes perfect damn sense if he's drafted in the second round. It's the fact that he fell to fifth that's alarming. So in other words, you're willing to collectively send that kind of message and don't act like it wasn't a collective effort. For all we know, teams collectively, meaning owners, had come to the conclusion nobody's going to touch him in the first 4 rounds. All right, now that the round 5 is here, our message has been sent, so y'all can go about the business of sort of lifting the embargo, for lack of a better phraseology. I don't know what the hell happened. All I know is this: it's freaking unfair. It ain't right.
Yeah.
I understand that Shador Sanders is a kid and may have some things to learn. I understand that you have to move with a little bit more discretion. That you don't want to stick out your chest and bloviate about who you are, who your daddy is, and et cetera, et cetera. I get that part. I understand that. But the kid doesn't get in any trouble. He can ball, and he's healthy. And there were numerous teams from Cleveland to New York to New Orleans to Pittsburgh to LA and various other places who needed quarterbacks. And you're going to tell me you don't take this kid until the 5th round? You're going to tell me that you're going to take a Dylan Gabriel and a Tyler Shook before him? You're going to tell me that? But we want to pride ourselves on being a league of merit? To the National Football League. I'm not talking about Roger Goodell in the league office, to the owners. Do you have any idea how bad you look? Do you understand that you've given credence to arguments against you involving collusion?
Big fucking facts. So they gotta they put this dude's a couple of his highlight, yeah, I guess you want to call them highlights up this motherfucker here. Look at this shit.
With the heli on, with the heli Berry, with the heli Burton, with the heli Brian James, with the heli Cyrus, with the heli Ante, with the heli on, with the heli Berry, with the heli Burton, with the heli Brian James, with the heli Cyrus, with the heli Ante, with the heli on, with the heli Berry, with the heli Burton, with the heli Brian James, with the heli Cyrus.
He's like, what the hell, Barry? Oh yeah, that's what the fuck you talking about. So that's the motherfucker they chose over fucking Shador
and stuff like that, more so than ever before. Do you realize what you've done? Because his talent is not a fifth round talent. There's absolutely positively no excuse for waiting until the fifth round to take a quarterback who can play better than most quarterbacks available in the draft with the number of teams needing a quarterback. Y'all did this. And I just think it's sad that it happened. Shiloh and Shador were dancing after he got picked by the Browns. That was a good video to see. Go to Twitter to check out their draft celebration dance. All of that's good. And I'm glad that it hasn't shattered his spirits. And to be quite honest with you, Shador Sanders should be able to go into Cleveland. I mean, there's Joe Flacco there and Kenny Pickett. I think that's a job you could potentially win. But my Lord, for him to have to go through that is so wrong. And I know it's not just the owners, it's team executives, and they're micromanaging every little thing and looking at your attitude. It can't be about you. It can't be about team. How about it being about production? How about that? How about it being about a brother that knows he can play, that knows he comes from a pristine pedigree? And me personally, no matter what folks want to say about Shador Sanders, you're hearing noise about him having taken out some loan, assuming he was going to be drafted in the first round and anticipating and already counting his money and stuff like that. I'm not judging this kid like that. I don't know if that's true or not, first of all. And secondly, even if it was, so what? He's a kid. He's a young adult. Chill out. What really bothers me is that I think a lot of this was because of Deion Sanders. I think a lot of this was about a message to his father. I think a lot of this was about, hey, you'll never run this. This is us. We ain't even hire you as a coach in the National Football League. What makes you think you'll have that kind of say? Oh, by the way, we hire, we draft your son, and then all of a sudden, we're going to hear noise turning around on how you want to coach the team eventually. We don't need that kind of problem. Yeah, that's one of the things that people can point to. Let me tell y'all what I think the other is. A complete and utter lack of appreciation for what primetime Deion Sanders has done for the game of football. Primetime Deion Sanders had more swag, more bravado than anybody you could ever imagine. What else he do? All the brother did was go out there and perform at a very, very elite level, bring pizzazz and sizzle to your product, helping it grow into this multi-billion-dollar brand. Has a great relationship with the commissioner, has a great relationship with a bevy of players and coaches in the National Football League, knows the sport backwards and forwards. And because of his swag and his bravado or whatever, y'all gonna turn against him. How about y'all should have drafted Shador Sanders earlier because of that alone? I'm not talking about at the expense of his skill. I know he's got to have skill. That's not what I mean. I'm saying rather than look at all of those things as a negative, how about looking at it as a positive? You got a primetime Deion Sanders. His son is going to be motivated to perform at a higher level. He is all about performing at a higher level. He would be in his son's ear, imploring him to listen to his coaches, imploring him to play better, imploring him to be dedicated and focused and on point. Did you ever think about that? Of course not. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as times change, they remain the same. Young kid, privileged to be raised by a father who's universally recognized as one of the greatest athletes the world has ever seen, and a champion, by the way. He's still black. We don't like his brashness. We don't like his absence of humility. We got to teach him a lesson because we got to make sure he understands under all circumstances, we still run this. We're the bosses. And we can put our foot on your neck any damn time we want to.
Yeah, he ain't lying about that. That's what they did.
That's what happened to Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders over the last few days, spanning 5 rounds and 143 picks. That's what happened. It was a check hook. Stay in your lane. Know your position. This is the National Football League. You ain't running a damn thing this way. You will be humble. You will conduct yourself with humility. Nothing is given to you. Everything is earned. And even then, we'll decide whether we want to give it to you or not. That's how they treated Shedeur Sanders. And I find it very, very difficult to believe that the people who would do that would feel the need to have the energy to do this to a kid straight out of college. That kind of energy, that kind of message, that insatiable appetite to send and cement that kind of imprint on this young man has to be, at least to some degree, about his father. And let me tell y'all something about Deion Sanders real quick. He is confident as hell, supremely so. There's very little you could tell him because the brother is smart, he's studied, he's learned, and he's sincere with what comes out of his mouth. But I'm gonna tell y'all something about Deion Sanders real quick.
Who? Shedeur? He'll be 25, 26 by the time the year starts. Shit. That nigga racing against the clock, man. Okay, yeah. So he 23 now. So by the time at the end of the 4 years, he'll be 20, 26, 26-ish, 27-ish. So it's a long time, bro. Like when I say it's like he on probation. When I say it's like he on probation, dog, he on probation for 4 years. They can't wait to kick this motherfucker out, bro. If one of them motherfuckers was about to retire, they like, nah, I'm gonna stay here for another 4 years to make sure this nigga get out the league. Like damn, 23. That's, I mean, 27, 26. It's still young. It's still young. You feel me? But we talking about, like, is he gonna be a 40? 20-year athlete in this shit? Potentially he could, because they changed the rules a lot and shit. It's not as brutal as it was back when Deion was playing. But shit, bro. Damn. Like, they really fucked him on that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. They fucked him on that deal, man. I was up there saying to myself, I'm the type of person, man. I'll be like, yo, you know what? I ain't even, after that second day, them niggas ain't called me, bro. I probably would have been like, fuck them niggas, man. I'm gonna do another year in college, nigga, or something. Like, you niggas ain't gonna play me like that, nigga. After the second day, you ain't called me. They called this nigga on the third day. Like, all right, man, yeah. And then they had some little, where these motherfuckers at? These little pranksters. Where that shit at? These niggas here. And, yeah, they like, how the hell did these white boys get the fucking number? How they get the number to his fucking phone? Right? When we go here, so when we looking at this video, this kid is he's looking at a piece of paper on his lap, right? And it looked like, it looks kind of like it was a letter or something formal. It's not like he ripped off a piece of paper and wrote the nigga number down on it. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it could possibly be a list of some sort.
Hey, is this Shadur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
It's ain't gonna be nothing there.
Hey, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
So dude got an Ole Miss college sweatshirt on. This looks like it could be a dorm room. And also, I want you to notice when you get down here, you're going to see a leg. It's a brother who was filming this shit. You see? It's a black dude right here, man. Yeah, so I'm just pointing that out. I don't know, I'm not saying that the black dude is a coon. I'm just noticing shit. What else I want to show you? There's something else I want to show you. So this also happened to Caleb, whatever his fucking name is. And he got pranked as well. Not him, the dude that you were showering. Not him. Yeah. The dude that was filming it. His leg is black. But this also happened to this kid, Caleb Williams, right? But they actually showed their face when they called, like they FaceTimed.
Got it?
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb, it's me, Ben Johnson.
Come to the Dolphins, bro.
No, shut up. Hey, you're a great QB, but I'm so glad that you're gonna get a new head coach. I don't know if it's Ben Johnson, but I'm sorry about this.
All good. Peace out.
Hey, the nails are tough.
You're a goat, bro. You're a goat.
No way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but this is something they definitely need to get under control, man. Because if it's supposed to be a phone sent by the NFL, by T-Mobile or some shit, and by Boost Mobile, and it's supposed to be just that the team that has a number, they gotta put a fucking thing on that, man. They gotta get a hold of that shit. That's fucked up, man. These motherfuckers really trying to, see if they gonna get in, and motherfuckers is calling them like, yeah, man. Now this here, look at this.
Officially become historically bad. Shadur Sanders has now fallen so far in the draft, he'd actually make more money if he went back to college next year. And I'm not talking about a 1v1 thing. Because of where he'd now get drafted, he would make more money in one season playing college football than he'll make across his entire 4-year rookie deal. His current value is $6.5 million per season as a college QB, whereas now the most he can make across 4 seasons as an NFL QB is $5.298 million. Just to give you an idea of the massive difference. If he had gone #1 like Cam Ward, his rookie contract would have been worth almost $50 million, including a $32 million signing bonus. And if he had gone anywhere in the top 10 like most people thought he would have made at least 5 times whatever deal he gets now. This is really the most all-time NFL draft slide we've ever seen. This is a...
Yo. It's fucking nuts. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of fucking money, bro. What? Oh my God. And this motherfucker was making $6.5 million in goddamn college? Shit. Yo, that is fucking amazing.
For the moment, I don't give a damn about his greatness as a player. I want to tell you about him as a man. He is a great man. Is he always right? No. Does he always say the right thing? No, he does not. Was it wise for him to sit up there and indicate that his son will be, he ain't gonna be someplace where his son ain't gonna be someplace where he doesn't want him to be before the NFL draft? No, that was not wise. But what he's meant to the NFL, what he's meant to professional athletes, as young men on the come up, in the lives that he has touched along the way, and how much better he has assisted in helping the NFL become because of it. He deserved better than this. Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion, was targeted because primetime Deion Sanders was targeted. He'll be all right because he has a strong faith in God, just like primetime Deion Sanders, his daddy, has taught him to have. But I'm speaking to all of y'all out there as a man who knows primetime Deion Sanders, who's a friend of Deion Sanders, who Deion Sanders has reached out and touched and imparted words of wisdom and support and strong love at times, tough love at times, with yours truly. He is a great man. What happened to Shedeur Sanders, in part, not totally, but in part, was a direct assault on Deion Sanders. He did not deserve this. His son didn't deserve it. His play didn't deserve this. His production didn't deserve this. His projected skill set didn't deserve this. His accomplishment didn't deserve this. And his pedigree didn't deserve it. Because say what you will about Deion Sanders, he has never taken from the game. He has only given to it. And for Shedeur Sanders to be treated like this, I found myself so sad. Because in my soul, having not spoken to primetime Deion Sanders in the last several weeks, having not spoken to him, but knowing him the way that I do, although he has the strongest faith in God and a strong belief in his son, I know there's a part of him who intimately knows that what was done in his son dropping to the 5th round was a direct assault on him. It's America at its worst. It's the powers that be showing you that old adage that I ripped from Mission Impossible #1, when they were looking for Tom Cruise's character, Ethan Hunt, and they turned around and said, this ain't complicated. You find their soft spot and you squeeze. You can't touch primetime Deion Sanders. You can't shake his confidence, his innate belief in himself and what he's doing and how to go about doing it. So to rattle him, you targeted his son. That is my opinion. I'm not saying that's all it was. Certainly Shedeur Sanders could have done things better interview process, a bit more humility, according to people in the NFL, etc. I get that. And no, he was not better than Cam Ward. And maybe, just maybe, Jackson Dart was the right pick for the Giants to make. But when 32 teams select to pass on a quarterback that was projected as a top 2 quarterback in the entire draft for nearly 5 complete rounds, that ain't about football. That's about something else. It's about what the hell I just spent the last 20, 25 minutes or so telling you. And it's a damn shame. I'm sick to my stomach. I want to throw up. And my heart goes out to Deion Sanders more than anybody. I know it's bad. It was a bad experience for Shador, but he got drafted. You see him dancing. He's going to be fine. But I know in my soul that Deion Sanders knows they did this to Shador, at least in part, because of him. To Deion Sanders, not that I have to tell you this, keep your head up, bro. Keep your head up. Shador did not deserve this. I don't give a damn what anybody says. There's a black mark on the National Football League. And I'm not talking about the league office. I'm not talking about the Roger Goodells and Troy Vincent of the world and others. I'm talking about the owners. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shador, do your thing, baby. This is your opportunity. You went to Cleveland Browns. They got a pretty damn good team. You know what you got to do now more than ever before. This ain't Jackson State. This ain't Colorado. This is National Football League, bro. They sent a message to you. They sent a message to their dad. You sent a message back. Not just to the 31 teams that passed on you, but to a Cleveland Browns team that actually picked some dude named Dylan Gabriel before you. No disrespect to Gabriel. You go out there and you show them what you're made of. You show them who the hell you are. I'll be back on Monday, y'all. Until then, I'm out. Peace and love.
Shout out to Stephen A. Great video, insightful. Another dude. Shout out to my man. Shout out to Unk. Shout out to fucking Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp. A lot of dudes be taking a lot of flack. Some of it is self-inflicted. That shit definitely definitely self-inflicted. But that one thing I don't agree with. I don't agree with exonerating these bitches. He like 19-year-old girls. The bitch is legal. I personally would not have chosen a 19-year-old girl, but I can't stand by the shit they were talking about. Oh, he groomed her and all. He ain't groomed that bitch, man. You can't groom a hoe. She was already hoeing. She was already fucking doing, OnlyFans. The fact that she went with this dude, a 54-year-old, says a lot about her. He ain't manipulate her or groom her. That's what she does for a living. She manipulates men for a living, for money. She knows what she's doing. So yeah, was he wrong and nasty for fucking with a 19-year-old? He damn near, he was in his mid-50s. Yeah, one could say that. Yeah, but should she get a pass? Because if it were me in that motherfucking gym, she wouldn't have been coming by my motherfucking crib. Yeah. If it was a 50, if it was anybody other than Shannon Sharp, 50 years old, she wouldn't have been fucking giving that nigga no ass. But because it was that nigga, the millionaire, yeah. That's what they do. Same thing. Remember Al Pacino? Al Pacino, 89 years old, banging some young chick, put a baby in him. That's crazy. Yo. You think she would have went with any motherfucking? Hold on. Do you think she would have went with any fucking 89-year-old? Which is she's kind of alright, actually. Nigga, look at this shit here. This is some nasty shit. This is fucking nasty. And women could say all the shit they want. Oh, he's nasty. He's a this, he's a that. Man, you the one playing with this nigga balls. What are you talking about? Look at this shit here. Because honestly, men aren't really attracted to old beat up bitches, man. I'm sorry, they're just not. Look at this bitch here. She let this, yo, come on, man. Come on, man. You mean to tell me he did not groom this broad yet? She said, "Oh my God, you played in that movie Scarface? You played the Devil's Advocate? You played this? You played that?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. That's me. That was me." Come on, man. Now, you fucked up, bro. Cause that was the slip up that they needed. You was banging on this chick box for a couple years, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. Shorty saw that she wasn't getting no she wasn't getting the real bag that she wanted. She wasn't getting marriage where she could take this nigga for half his shit later on. Right? She wasn't getting she wasn't getting enough. So she said, "You know what, man? I'm about tired of playing this motherfucking game with this nigga here, man. Give me 50 mil. I don't want no 10 mil, nigga. I want 50 mil." So that's how that shit went. But I like what Unc said here.
We knew that once he had his workout, they canceled all other official visits.
Yeah.
That told me everything I needed to know. Boom. Now, Jackson Dart, Tyler Shuck, Jalen Milroe, Dylan Gabriel. Now, for context, I want to provide context to Ocho because that's what we like to do here. Daniel Jeremiah had Shador, the second-ranked quarterback, 4 days ago. Cam Ward was the 8th overall best player. Shador was the 20th best overall player. Jackson Dart, the 36th overall best player. Tyler Shuck, 75th overall best player. Jalen Milroe,
75th overall player. 75th? What?
86th. Dylan Gabriel, 148. Mel Kiper Jr., the guru, just 4 days ago, had Shador ranked over Cam Ward. He had Shador as the 5th best player, Cam Ward as the 6th best player, Jackson Dart as the 28th best player, Tyler Shook 46th. Pro Football Focus had him second behind Cam Ward just yesterday morning. But we saw today Cam Ward went first. The Giants traded back into the first round, Ocho, to take Jackson Dart at 25th. Tyler Shook went 40 to the Saints, and we thought there Shador could possibly be go 9 to the Saints there. Nope, they take Tyler Shook. Jalen Milroe, 92nd overall to the Seattle.
So they took some dude Tyler Shook, who ranked 75th overall, over Shador Sanders, who was ranking 5th. Bro, you can't be that blatant. Like you like you can't like if you would have put this in an analogy with a cop at a fucking random traffic stop. This is like the cop shooting the motherfucker as soon as he pulls him over. Like you can't be that blatant, bro. This was like, yo, like I'm telling you, the best thing you could have did if you don't want this motherfucker is, all right, let him go in there. And then just tear him down over everything he did wrong. He's gonna make mistakes. It's just about how many chances you're gonna give him. You know, but to say, you know what, we gonna we gonna make this motherfucker wait 3 days. We're gonna put him from first to second all the way to fucking 144th. I didn't even know they had 144 fucking picks. What? 144. That shit go down like 180 or some shit like that. So, and those motherfuckers, it goes to, damn, it goes down to 249th. 249th. They get 4.29 million. Damn, they chose 240 motherfuckers. So that's the motherfucker sitting on the bench. That's the 7th round pick. Damn, bro, you gotta get up in that first to 1 to 10, bro. You gotta get that 1 to 10. At least 10, you get 23 mil. You know what I'm saying? They got Demo. Damn, bro. Shit.
Seattle Seahawks and Dylan Gabriel, 94th to the Browns. Now, they were talking about, well, Shador arm, you're outside in Cleveland.
Nah. Don't start that shit. Nope.
I'm providing some context. Give me a second. Give me a second, Ocho. Baltimore outside, Pittsburgh outside, Cincinnati, Cleveland. I don't see where Dylan Gabriel arm is any stronger than Shador's. I could be wrong. I could be. But I don't know. And I know I'm going to turn it over to you, Ocho, because I know Joe got questions. I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to say this before I do, Ocho. In all my years that I go back to like really following the draft and understanding where players are getting drafted, back in 87, in almost 40 years, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. I've never seen nothing like this myself. Obviously, I know I only played a short time, but I've been around long enough to know. Obviously, the 11, 12 years I did play, and all the time I've been retired and enjoying the game and watching it from afar and understanding how good players are, regardless of what scouts may say. The eye in the sky doesn't lie. I watched Shador play from high school to college at Jackson State to what he was able to do at Colorado. I want everybody to understand that you're never bigger than the program.
Yeah.
You'll never be bigger than the program no matter who you are. And they will show you, they will always remind you at any given time, if at any point you think you are bigger than the program. And that is all we're seeing right now.
That's 100. That's 100 on that. That's 100. That's in any organization. That's in any organization. That's what happened to motherfucking that's what they say happened to fucking Nipsey Hussle, man. He started getting bigger than, his crew.
Excited to get you back out here. I know it's going to be a long flight to get you back out here, but we can't wait to get going with you. You impressed us throughout the whole process, Dylan, and we're really looking forward to making you a Cleveland Brown with this pick. All right? All right. I got Coach for you right here.
Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. All good?
Hey, man, you're a Cleveland Brown.
Now, holy shit. You know what I'm just now noticing? There is a difference in the phone calls. Holy shit. The way they talked to Shador was totally different than the way they talked to this fucking kid right here. Totally different. And I gotta find this because hold the fuck on. Hold on. This shit is crazy. Not the prank call, the real call. That's all that's on here. Shiloh signed to the Buccaneers. I need to get this phone call because I want you guys to hear. Because that coach, that dude on the other end was telling Shador, you know, you got to come on, you got to come here. You're gonna have to prove yourself. Nothing's gonna be given to you, and da da da. They was talking kind of spicy to the young man on some real shit. He was talking kind of spicy, like yeah, they was. Let me see. Is this it? This is it right here. All right. Now I'm gonna play again. This guy Dylan's phone call. All right. This is Dylan's phone call. Run this back.
And we're excited to get you back out here. I know it's going to be a long flight to get you back out here, but we can't wait to get going with you. You impressed us throughout the whole process, Dylan, and we're really looking forward to making you a Cleveland Brown with this pick. All right? All right. I got Coach for you right here.
Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. All good?
Hey man, you're a Cleveland Brown.
Sounds so good. I can't wait.
I agree. I agree. Hey, we're pumped for you. We're pumped for your family. Give your mom a hug for me, okay?
Thank you, Coach. We love you.
Love you guys. Hey, congratulations. We're gonna get to work a little bit, okay? But congratulations. I'm gonna turn you over to Tommy here in a second, Coach Reese.
What's up, man?
Your duck.
How you feeling?
So good.
Yeah?
So good.
That's great, man. We're so happy to have you.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, we obviously did put all the work in for a reason. We were hoping this moment was gonna come, but we're fired up for it.
We put all this work in, motherfucker. We put all this work in for a reason. We're hyped to have you, right? I stopped it there. We're going to go listen to the phone call that Shador got, right? Run this back. This is Shador's call.
Hello?
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
When you have finished.
I know it's been a long season. We're gonna take you off the board here, all right, brother?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Hey, listen. You gotta come in. You gotta work hard. You gotta earn your job, earn your keep. And it doesn't matter. You're taking it back.
My circle.
He's got a long time to be a kid. Let's get ready to go to work and improve all things we'll pass on the phone.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, I got Coach here.
What's up, Coach?
Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to see you.
Remember I told you the Lord works in mysterious ways, right?
No, for sure.
It's an opportunity. We're going to get to work together, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. Love.
Congratulations. I'm going to pass you on to Shador.
Listen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what that means?
Thank you. Thank you. What does that mean?
Yeah, congrats. I get one of those chains, though.
Of course. Hello?
All right. Now, when the first guy, you know, he's immediately like, "Yo, man, you're gonna fucking work hard. You're gonna do it." It just seems like
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
When you have finished. I know it's been a long season. We're going to take you off the board here, all right, brother?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Hey, listen. You got to come in. You got to work hard. You got to earn your job, earn your keep.
you gotta come in. You gotta work hard. You gotta earn your keep. So and so, right? But when they called Dylan, it was a completely different vibe.
And we're excited to get you back out here. I know it's going to be a long flight to get you back out here, but we can't wait to get going with you. You impressed us throughout the whole process, Dylan, and we're really looking forward to making you a Cleveland Brown with this pick. All right? All right. I got Coach for you right here.
Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. All good?
Hey man, you're a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah. Sounds so good. I can't wait.
I agree. I agree. Hey, we're pumped for you. We're pumped for your family. Give your mom a hug for me, okay?
Thank you, Coach. We love you.
Ain't nobody said shit about you got to work hard, you got to earn your keep, you got to da 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 da. So none of that shit, man. Wow, we just stumbled onto that shit just now. What a fucking difference, huh? Yeah, that shit is fucking nuts, man. That shit is nuts. Now I want to see who this guy is, right? That they chose over Shador. Let's see what this dude made of here. See what we got.
Communication from Ohio State defensively. Gabriel looking to take advantage with a deep ball. Again, separation. Johnson in the bucket. Touchdown. 48 yards.
Yeah, for all the records. Wilcox has the touchdown record for tight ends at Oregon. Gabriel loads the time. End zone. It's a touchdown. Trayshawn Holden.
Loss of 2 on that play. Fake the quarterback run. Gabriel loads up. He's got his man. And it's a touchdown to Tez Johnson.
Only 12 yards of offense. Gabriel's going to take a shot. Look for the explosive. Down the sideline. Stewart has it. There it is. Inside the 10.
Speed option here. Dylan Gabriel down the sideline. He's winning the foot race. Gabriel touchdown with a vapor.
2 facets of the game this season. There's Gabriel off play action. Oh, a bullet to the end zone for the touchdown. Terrence Ferguson. Level. Play action pass, Gabriel in the pocket. That's a deep ball down the sideline. Stewart takes the top off. Dragging his way down the field.
Line. Trailing 10-7. Gabriel has time to set up and fire over the middle towards the end zone. There's a catch. There's a touchdown. Gabriel with the score.
Wide from the tight end spot. Gabriel keeps plenty of space, and he's still going. Gabriel makes a move. He's gone.
All right, so there's nothing. I mean, these are the highlights. You know, there's nothing I can say negative about this guy. I'm just comparing because they say Shador is better than this guy. So let's see what's up. Let's see what's going on.
Sanders goes deep once again. This time it's caught. 1st and 10 of the 26. Sanders sprinting, sets, delivers. Touchdown, Colorado. Shador Sanders looking, throwing it deep. Sanders, and it's caught. Can Sanders and the Buffaloes pay it off? Here's Sanders looking. Sanders winding up. He's got him in. Touchdown. Tarvaris. 4th quarter. Shador Sanders looking. Steps up, wants to run. Touchdown, Colorado. This time he does it with his legs. And that's an old school DI. Here's Shador with time. Shador in trouble. Sanders breaks contain, fires it down the field. And caught by Travis Hunter. These two really sting if you're Colorado. Sanders downfield, got him in. Horn, atonement, touchdown. 5 receivers. Sanders pulls, got it, touchdown Harrison.
The Lions continue to try and protect better and better here in the second half.
Sanders open, there he is again, touchdown Harrison. 1st down at the 30. Sanders takes his time, lofts one in the air, caught, touchdown Colorado. Jimmy.
So this is highlights, right? So everybody's going to look good on the highlights, right? So now what does it boil down to? It boils down to accomplishments. What is who has more accolades? These are highlights. So let's see what's up. What's this dude named Dylan? What? Dylan Gabriel. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders both had standout college careers, each excelling in different areas. Here's a detailed comparison of their statistics. All right. Response two says Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders are both standout quarterbacks who entered 2025 draft, each bringing impressive college careers to the table. Let's compare their statistics and accomplishment. Yeah, this is all right. All right. So Dylan Gabriel, college career played, passing yards, 18,722, second all time. Let's see. All right. So passing yards, Shador's got 73.64. Passing yards, this guy's got, goddamn, 18,722. Passing touchdowns, 155, tied most in history. Okay. Where's this guy here got? Touchdowns, 64. 64 to what? 64 to 150. God damn. Mm. All right, rushing. Let's go to rushing yards. No. Let's go to total touchdowns responsible for. He's responsible for 190, and Shador is responsible for 64. Completion percentage, 64. What the fuck? 64.5. Completion percentage, and we're gonna go down to with Shador. Completion percentage. All right, so Shador's got a higher completion percentage. 2024 season highlights. 4134 passing yards. Uh, hmm, they don't got him with that. All right, accolades. First team All American 2024, Big Ten. Oh, sorry, let me see. We're gonna just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, and my man here got 3. God damn. Okay, yeah. All right, so this is the one. Comparison summary right here. Dylan Gabriel right here and Shador right here. All right, so he beat him in the passing yards, as we see. He beat him in the passing touchdowns, as we see. Didn't beat him in the completion. Um, let's see here. Major awards. Multiple conference honors, All American, Golden Arm Award, Big 12, Offensive POI, third round draft, 94th overall, fifth round draft, 144th overall. Analysis. Dylan Gabriel demonstrated exceptional consistency and durability across multiple programs, culminating in record setting career statistics. His experience and versatility contributed to a higher draft selection. Shador showcased remarkable efficiency and leadership, particularly during his tenure at Colorado. His record breaking completion percentage accolades highlight his precision and poise under pressure. Both quarterbacks now join the Cleveland Browns, adding depth and completion to the team's quarterback roster. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. Well, I don't think the Browns took a L by choosing Dylan. Like it's no way we could say that with passing yards, passing touchdowns, uh, completion, rushing touchdowns, 33. His was not specified. Shador's was not specified. Won two major awards. Won two major awards. Mm. Wow. So how do we feel? How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? I don't know. I don't know. I was not expecting. The way it was presented was like this guy Dylan Gabriel was trash. But if he was the 94th pick, and there are people out there that were better than him, what the fuck was the first pick? Who was the first pick? That was the who was first round. Cam Ward. All right, so now AI, we're going to compare Mr. Cam Ward to Dylan Gabriel. All right, let's see. All right, Cam Ward statistics over 14. Wait, let's go all the way down like we did. All right, comparison. Damn, he even beat out Cam Ward. Passing yards, he had over 14,000. This guy had 18,722. Passing touchdowns, 158. Dylan Gabriel had 155. Completion percentage, 65, 64.5. Rushing touchdowns, 20 compared to 33. Major awards, Davey O'Brien, Manning, ACC. He had Big Ten, Offensive POI, and Quarterback of the Year. Wow. First overall, third round, 94th overall. Interesting. Cam Ward, his rapid ascent from an unheralded recruit to the number one overall NFL draft pick is a testament of his talent and determination, setting the NCAA Division I record for career touchdown passes and leading Miami to a landmark season highlights his exceptional impact. Dylan Gabriel demonstrated remarkable consistency, adaptability across multiple programs, blah, 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 blah. Let me ask AI this. let's break it down. Real talk, looking at Cam Ward, Dylan Gabriel, and Shador Sanders, and thinking like a coach or GM, here's how I would see it. Okay. Player Cam Ward, cannon arm mobility, elite stats, FBS plus FCS, experience leadership at Miami. Concerns, sometimes forces throws, adjusting to NFL defense could take time. Dylan Ward, ultra productive, durable, mobile experience in multiple systems. Ceiling might be a little lower. Size is average. Shador, all right. Poise, elite accuracy, super smart with the ball, quick release. Played behind a bad O line at Colorado. Held on to ball too long sometimes. Limited deep mobility. If I'm picking 14, best raw talent plus upside, Cam Ward. He has the biggest NFL ceiling, could be a franchise quarterback if developed right. Most ready to start right away, Dylan Gabriel. He's consistent, battle tested, and could step into a stable offense and run it efficiently. Best accuracy and calm under pressure, Shador Sanders. Elite for short to medium passing offenses, would shine with a good offensive line. My pick overall, 2025 mindset, 2025 NFL mindset. Cam Ward, if I'm not shooting for greatness and can afford to develop him a little. Dylan Gabriel, if I need a safe, dependable starter right now. And Shador Sanders, if I'm building a precision, timing based offense and protecting him properly. I would choose draft Cam Ward first because arm talent, athleticism, production, leadership. Those things are rare to find all in one guy. But honestly, all three are legit, good, and could succeed depending on the team they land with. Would you want me to also sketch out which NFL teams would fit each guy best? Sure. All right. Cam Ward, best team fit. Team. Tennessee Titans. They drafted him, one, rebuilding, need a dynamic playmaker with a cannon arm. Ward fits a vertical offense they'll want to build. Las Vegas Raiders would be good for him, and Atlanta Falcons would be good for him. All right, Dylan Gabriel, Cleveland Browns, Minnesota Vikings, or New Orleans Saints. Shador Sanders, Cleveland Browns, Los Angeles Rams, or the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are desperate for an accurate, smart QB. Shador could be that guy if Pickett doesn't pan out. Wow, wow, wow. AI is a motherfucker. What do you guys think about that? All right, guys. Guess we about to call it a wrap. It is 4:24 a.m. over here on the East Coast, New York City. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you choose to. And yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, it's still a pretty sad story for Shador. I actually was not expecting this guy Gabriel stats to be that good. The way they were saying it was kind of like these guys were, pieces of shit, but they're not. All right, so all right, man. Yo, be safe, be smart. I will holler at you guys tomorrow night. All right, peace.